today in the life of one of the best cities in Africa. This is the most amazing ceremony. You can tell where are we? You are not too young to start thinking about people even while you are broke. I told you my story. I started teaching people's businesses to get better even while I was still broke. I have the knowledge, I pass it.
To your neighbor and say, get angry. They didn't hear you say, get angry.
Guess what? I was broke. Until I started learning to pay people, nobody was willing to pay me.
Millions of people that are attached to you. And if you do not succeed in life, they will die in poverty.
Listen, anger is the gift of God to man. I know most of you say, don't get angry, but listen, even the Bible says, be angry, but
you need to educate yourself again. There's a difference between academics and education. Academics is what you do in the university. The problem is most of the time, what they are teaching you is outdated, not relevant today.
You're selling the right products, you're selling good products, but you're not where your customers can see you.
Please, the first mindset is, I need to live an abundant life. And there's another way that I twist that. A lot of you here don't love yourself. That is why you are still broke. Eyes are Harvard. I'm a beacon of hope. Everywhere I step, hope arises. Everything I touch, prospers. This is who I am. I am not poor. I make people rich.
Hello Douala, hello Cameroon, hello Africa, hello Nigeria, and hello world. You are welcome to the 40 Streams Conference here in Douala, Bonanjo at La Falaise. Beautiful people, it's gonna be an amazing day. This is the 40 Streams Conference and the launching of Lenoflix affiliate program in Cameroon.
Business coach, millionaire mentor, a multi-talented serial entrepreneur, Africa's most sought-after sales guru, the boss of sales superstars, internationally acclaimed best-selling author, a public speaker par excellence, life and finance strategist.
My name is Sam Harvard.
Hi everyone, good evening. I believe you're doing great. Happy to be here. All right, please, if you can hear me, give me 111 in the chat. All right, fantastic. So they can hear me loud and clear on Zoom. I want to see if you two people can hear me as well. Okay. All right. Okay, you can hear me on YouTube as well. So good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to class. This is going to be a very short class. So please help me pay attention to the few things I'm going to be sharing. Like one of my mentors once said, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say because you cannot find it in any book except I write the book. So I don't know, Sha, maybe you might find it in a book. I'm not trying to claim that. Awesome. Happy Sunday. And this is the first time we are meeting this year. Happy New Year. And you're all welcome to the beautiful 2026. I know that this is going to be an incredible year. A lot of great things are going to happen to your lives and my life. And we will make a lot of money. Our businesses will do well. We would travel the world. We would travel business class, first class. We would enjoy luxury. Would buy properties. We'll expand. We'll spend billions. We'll do all the good things that we desire. Yes, so we'll be able to do a lot of beautiful things. So, as we are saying amen, I want you to begin to take responsibility for what it is going to require. All right? I want you to begin to take responsibility for what it's going to require, because getting what you want from life takes deliberate effort. And that effort is not tied to amen. That effort is tied to what happens after we have said amen. So now that we have said the amen, what then are we going to do next? So that is what is important. So your ability to take responsibility for what happens after you have said amen to a beautiful prayer or prophecy is what really determines if you are going to live within the fulfillment of that prayer or prophecy. So we will do great this year, and that's why we're hitting the ground running. This is the first Sunday of the year, and I will be documenting what I'm going to be teaching you throughout this year, because I am starting a unified program. This is going to be powered by Nexa, by the way, and it is called the Sunday Income Masterclass. Sunday Income Masterclass. So this year, every Sunday, I'm going to be here 8 p.m. By God's grace, I hope I don't travel anywhere that there's no internet on a Sunday. If that's going to happen, probably someone else is going to take the class on my behalf. So every Sunday, I'm going to be live on YouTube and on Zoom, and I'm going to be talking about income, and it's a masterclass. So it's tied to Nexa. So if you're a Nexa member, you cannot afford to miss this. This is live session, and you will have the opportunity to ask me questions. So especially those who join through Zoom, I can even bring you up, can do some kind of interview session live on different things. So I'll be teaching deep stuff, things that you pay for on a normal day. So I'm going to be sharing everything live on this channel, on this particular SIM project, which is called Sunday Income Masterclass. So every Sunday we're going to have a masterclass. I will be having guests as we proceed. Different people are going to come and teach you something. Every Sunday is going to be focused on some new stuff that we're going to be learning. The time is going to be between 1 hour to 3 hours. I am hoping it won't exceed 3 hours. It's going to be 8 p.m. GMT plus 1. So wherever you are in the world, adjust your timing so that you'll be able to be a part of it. Whatever we will teach or whatever we will be learning together at every of these SIM events will be useful for the week we're going into. And I want you to be there so that you would be able to learn. So today is going to be the first of its kind, and you don't need to be reminded of those. We're still going to do a lot of reminder to get a lot of people to be a part of this. I have a goal, and my goal is tied to the mission, one of my missions actually, to see as many Africans build a minimum $1,000 per month income. Did you hear me? My mission is to see as many Africans as possible, actually targeting 1 million Africans. That is going to be in the next few years, who, through the things we are going to be creating, will be able to build themselves and build businesses that gives them that kind of income. There was a research released some years ago by a top university, and they discovered that an average business in the US struggle to make up to $40,000 a year business, whereas poor household, like minimum wage earners, make more than that in a year. So even though people are doing the activities of businesses, they are still making less money than people who are employees flipping burgers in McDonald's in a year. So yes, people are doing businesses, but they are struggling. Most people are not profitable. Most people are in debt, and it's a difficult thing to do. And how all of us are expected to navigate this business world is by adding knowledge over and over and applying those knowledge. I am teaching right now, but one thing I'd like you to realize, and I'm probably one of the few teachers who will say this or admit this, is most of the things I teach, I am not teaching from a place of I am above this. I'm teaching from a place of I'm coming back to this same video and I'm going to watch it and I'm going to learn from myself and I'm going to implement it in the things that I'm doing. All right. The year is just about to start. And between the first of this year and now, even though I had a very unpleasant experience about a week plus ago, I don't know if I announced it publicly, but I got robbed in Nairobi. And it was a snatchy baggy kind of thing. So they snatched my bag, and inside that bag contained a lot of things. There are even things in that bag that I do not currently remember. I hope that the day I would need them, there are ways to get it. 2 of my phones were in there, 2 passports were in there, my UAE residence ID was in there, my wallet was in the designer wallet, by the way. But it's not about the wallet, about what's in the wallet. All my credit cards, my debit cards, my dollar card, everything was in there. I have some other documents that were in there. All of that gone. So it was a difficult place. I thank God that my main phone was in my pocket, was not in that bag. I had 3 phones. I had a foldable, I had a Xiaomi, and then I had this other one. So the foldable and the Xiaomi went. So I had this normal one left with me. That was how I was able to survive. And I found a way to leave the country. If you have not noticed, I'm in Nigeria. And snatched the bag on bike and disappeared. That was a huge loss. I lost a lot of money. I had to spend monies that I never planned to spend. I had to do a whole lot of things just to get myself back the right way. But why am I telling this story? In the last 4 days, it's been 4 days that the year began. I have not made a lot of money, but the little I have been able to make is already more than a lot of people's monthly salary. And when I'm talking about a lot of people, I'm talking about people that are expected to be millionaires. Yeah. So while I'm still learning, I can't remember what meeting I was telling you guys that I have debts, a lot of debt, maybe not personal debt, but business debt. Organizations and people that my business is owing. I have investors that have not been paid for years because the businesses they invested in, which was my business, has not been profitable for 3 years. All right. Some of you know our platform, Lenoflix. We've not been running for 3 years. We had some issues. We're just about to start afresh this year. A lot of friends are gone. I mean, people who used to respect me now insult me with pleasure. Kuku don't used to respond except to one person that responded to few hours ago. So the point is, at my level, I am also trying to build to a more comfortable place. I'm also trying to build to a more scalable place. So the things that I teach you are also valuable to me. I have never done this, and I'm not going to do that, positioning myself as I've done this, I've passed it, so I'm teaching from all of you that are upcoming. Never. Whatever I teach you, I'm also a student of that thing. I come back to my video. Those who are close to me knows these facts. I play my own videos and I pick stuff and I write from my own videos. Tonight, what I'm going to teach you, I learned afresh from my own video that I made last year. My own video. So that's how valuable the things that I teach are, at least to me, and maybe to one other person. So why am I saying all of this? While I am not yet like boom there, a lot of you still perceive that, I have a lot of stuff. I am equally learning from the things that I teach, because I have a lifestyle, or let's say a habit. And that habit is proving to myself that my value is not tied to anything material that I can amass. Should I repeat that? I want to prove to myself over and over that my value is not tied to anything material that I can amass. So houses, cars, material things are not what prove my worth. Businesses that I build are not the proof of my worth. Why did I say that? Because any business I own or anybody own can be taken away from them immediately. Whatever money you have in bank accounts can disappear anyhow. Especially in Nigeria of today, people are afraid of government taking their money in the name of tax, and of course they have put it in the law that they can do it and there's nothing you can do. Crazy people. So a lot of these things can be taken away from you. You could lose your phone, like I lost 2 phones. You could lose money. You could lose anything. They could steal from you. Anything can take away anything material. Whatever is not inside your body is not a proof of your value. Did you hear me? So what proves your value is that organ between your ears. It's called your brain, your mind. That is what you invest in. That is what will always take you out of problems. And if you don't manage it well, that's what will land you in problems. So the more your mind is sharpened, the easier it will be for you to get out of any challenge or any problem that life might put you or you might have put yourself. So the quest to renew our mind, and this is why I have utmost respect for all the people who are above 60, who are in my class. You are 60 and above 70, probably 80, and you are in my class. Have respect for you, because that's how to live long. One of the few ways to live long. Renewing your mind. They are learning new things that is not obtainable in their days when they were younger. All this digital stuff we talk about is new to them, but they're keeping themselves healthy and alive. That's what they're doing. Whereas you see someone's 22 because he has peak 300 million naira. He's bought one stupid Benz and has some, then he thinks it's all that. In one sweep, you could lose 1 billion. I've lost billions before. Those who know me, I've lost, the days of Wahoo. You know how much we lost in Wahoo. So, back to what I was saying. I have this habit to always prove to myself that my worth is not tied to material things. So what I do often is to try and let go of all the material things that I have so that I can build them again. So if I lose everything I have right now and I have to start afresh, can I build back all these things I currently have? So let's try it. Boom, 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 give everything out and then start afresh. All right. So that helps me. Now, anytime I have a challenge, like the last 2 years has been very challenging. Very challenging. And you know what makes it more challenging for me as a person? Because I speak. So I'm a being of words. And what can come through what people say or what people type. So if I respect somebody, the word that comes from that person means a lot more to me than anything else. So I try so much to not have somebody that I have a lot of respect for say hurting words to me. And people say these words because, of course, they have the right to say it. Why? They have expectations and you couldn't meet the expectations. So all of a sudden, so why it pains me a lot personally is because people, how do I explain this so that you get it? So let's assume I have a friend A and I have a friend B. Friend A is owing me 1,000 naira. Now, let's use dollars so that other countries can relate easily. He's owing me $1,000. And he's saying, oh, I don't have it now. Please be patient with me. I said, okay, no problem. What are the plans you have? What are you about to do? How did you even get to a point where you cannot pay $1,000? Can I assist in any way? Is there something you're working on that I can assist you on? That is the conversation I have with my friend A. All right? Now I have a friend B who, for some weird reason, I'm owing my friend B $100, which is a tenth of what friend A is owing me. Someone is owing me more money and I'm owing someone less money. Do you understand? Now, the person that is owing me a lot more money, I'm lenient, I'm encouraging him, I'm, trying to show support, knowing that he can rise again. But the one that is owing me, that I'm owing 100, is now saying a lot of hurtful things. You are a scammer, you are this, you are bad, you're this, you're wicked, I will kill you, I will do this, and hey, this is what is happening now and all that. So my surprise is that why am I nice to this person that is owing me more money? And this one that I'm owing lesser money is not able to undo the situation. So that difference in how we undo people who owe us things or who are supposed to give us things is what baffles me as a person a lot. Like I've seen that so many times. People, like this evening, somebody sent a message. He paid 5K when Nexa was 5K. I can't remember what happened. But for some weird reason, I think he must have forgotten his email. Yeah, I discovered he forgot his email. So he tried to register afresh with a different email. Please listen, because I checked the thing and I saw his original email, which was in a message, was already premium, which means I has access to the platform. So when I asked him for his email, give me a new email, which I checked, registered today. Now, when he registered today, maybe in his mind, when he typed that new email and register afresh, it will link him to the platform because we're supposed to recognize him because he paid 5K. So when he put it in, that one said, okay, welcome to the platform. Please, you can pay 20K now to join. And he was like, well, I pay 5K already. So he sent me a message. And interestingly, I was the one responding to the message. And he started to say all kinds of things. I'm going to sue you. I'm going to publicize you. I say, hey, excuse, what's the problem here? See, it was rude and so I scroll. 5K. I said, please, sir, sorry. Can you send your account details so I can bless you this evening? It's like you have not eaten. What's the point I'm trying to make, ladies and gentlemen? People react differently. They are not me. They are not you. The tolerance level you have is different from the one that someone else have. And so how they're going to react or speak or undo issues will be different. So In my little years in business, I've seen and I've proven this over and over. And this is why when you are praising me, a lot of you are praising me right now. You're learning from me, Abi. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. The people I trust are the ones who I have obligations to. And some weird reason I couldn't meet that obligation. And they know that I just disappointed their expectation. And either I apologize yet or not, the things they say, all right, in that disappointment is what proves what stuff they are made of. If they are truly on my side, or they are only on my side as long as it goes well. That's how life works, really. And truthfully, I'm not expecting this from anybody. So life has taught me I don't trust anybody in that sense. So the fact that you are calling me mentor today, you're respecting me, you're whatever, is because you are still gaining. The day you feel you're no longer gaining, what are you going to do that day? What are you going to do that day? That's what proves your loyalty. I've had a lot of boys that some of you have been with me, you know them with me, a lot of them that call me mentor. Hey, without you, oh, you are the one that taught me everything that I made. Oh, you are this, you are that. And the same people later came back to call me scammer, stupid, foolish, all kinds of names. And I've had that over and over and over. It never gets to me, but I'm worried for people. If you are benefited through somebody, I mean, there's a young man, let me try and code it so that people who know him might not know him well. One of my affiliates introduced him to our platform. He came to our platform, learned from me, started to build, was dead broke. He started making money and eventually started making millions. So he made millions, he went to do some undoable things. He ran into trouble. He got to police. So he reached out to me and I sent him money to help himself out and all that, which was in millions. He was very happy. And I came to Nigeria that particular year, about 3 years or so ago, and I invited him to my house. Came to my house. I sat him down. I said, I like how you have grown and the things that you have done. I'm willing to work more closely with you because of your talent. He was very happy. He said everything. And about 6 months later, that same guy posted my pictures online. That same guy, anytime somebody is running ads with my video, will go and comment under those ads. Unspeakable things, terrible things, insult everywhere. What happened? We got hacked. And we lost a lot of money. I think it was the first hack, we lost about $60,000. So we had to pause payouts. So he needed to make some withdrawals. So he couldn't work. You have access to me. You have my direct line because I moved you close. Why didn't you send me a message? So he went to send support message. Support said, we are working on it. Things are paused right now because of the challenges on the platform when they are done doing the audit stuff and all. So the next thing he did was to start to say all kinds of things. So when I saw it, I was concerned. What happened to this man? So I reached out to him. This is what I'm hearing. What happened to you? Said, hey, this is but guy, you have my contact. Why don't you reach out? I mean, even if the platform can't pay you, if you have an emergency, I'll pay you from my personal pocket. Since when? You have access. So, a lot of funny things happened later on. But the reality is, people could move from that level and come and bite you. So let's keep that aside because this is not where I'm going with. I don't know why I went that direction. But I just want to clear things because those of you who are learning from me, please type 777 if you have ever seen somebody comment negative things about me and you're wondering, really, give me 777 if you have seen that. Maybe you saw my ads and somebody else commented, don't listen to him, he's a scammer. If you have ever seen that, please type it. So I need to prepare you. I need to prepare you because you are going to get people who would do that. Kevin to his comment. Kevin, they've said Kevin is one of the few people that have worked with me that they have insulted him, insulted all his ancestors on my behalf. Kevin is one of my oldest admins, worked with me for, it's going to 6 years now, Abi. So his mouth, his nose, his eyes have seen shege from people. But Kevin is still with me. The last time I needed Kevin to do something for me, he did it in less than 24 hours. He's a big boy, oh. Like, he's a big boy. But Kevin is still here tonight. There are some people who learned everything online business from me. They can't even attend my class anymore. They have outgrown the things I need to teach, which is fine. But I'm wondering, people like Kelvin, why are they still here? What am I teaching Kevin that is still learning? What have you not learned? Why are you still here? See, a lot of people have seen that stuff. So that is people's own way of responding to an expectation they have that was not met. So I don't see them as evil. I just see it as a simple misunderstanding or a way they express who they truly are. As simple as that. Like the lady that went to post my picture and put scammer on the group on LAP. Those of you who are part of LAP recently, some weeks ago, all right, because she invested in crypto with a friend of mine that is a portfolio manager. And we did, I think, it's called bull run investments. Yeah. So that they were expecting bull run. So put in some money there. So the guy said, we're forgetting the money there till bull run before we look into it. So I forgot the money. I had 3 portfolio managers in crypto. I've not called 2 of them. I only called this guy because of this lady. The other 2, I've not even called them. I've not spoken to them in a long time. How are they doing? How is the crypto? Whatever. We left it there. I trust them. All right. I've lost over 66 Bitcoin before in crypto. So it's no loss that is now going to shake me in that context. So this person did, I think, 100 or 290,000 naira, less than 300K. If you see the kind of things she was saying and doing, I was just like, wow. But that's how people are. So I'm saying all of these things so that you all will know that while you learn from me, while I teach every Sunday here about income growth, about different things, my personal business journey has not been all that smooth such that everyone sings my praise. There are going to be people who see me as a scammer. There are going to be people who see me as a very terrible person. There are going to be people who see me as wicked. I think there's no other worse name I probably could mention today. But there are also people who are making millions because of the things that I'm telling them. There are also people whose life has changed because of the things that I'm sharing with them. And the reality is, apart from all these people that pay 5K for a course, there are some of these people who call me terrible names today whose first million were made because of what I taught them. Whose first million were made because of the platform I created. And people don't understand the concept of loyalty. I don't wish them bad. I only wish that they would understand life a little better. And understand that sometimes you don't just always get things right. Sometimes things don't just happen your way. And the fact that somebody did not meet up with what you expect doesn't mean they are evil. Sincerely. Anyways, so let's keep that in one side. But please be prepared. What I want you to rather focus on are the things that you are learning. Learn, implement, improve yourself, and move on. The moment what I'm teaching you is no longer important or interesting to you, is no longer adding to you, please move on to the next person. All right? It is fine. Don't burn the bridges. And if you choose to burn it, it is pretty fine. So I'm a very stubborn human being. Very stubborn. It's very difficult to pin me down. Like say you will not rise again. We have finished you today. Really? So I'm not afraid of scandals. I've had a lot of false accusation in this life. So I think it has built me. Most of the things that happened to me in the past built me for the kind of fortitude I have today. And I will teach what I know. I will learn from myself, and I hope you learn from what I teach so you can put it in your own life and do better. All right? You don't need to appreciate me for it. You don't need to do whatever. Just do well. Maybe one day I will know that you're doing well, and that fulfills me. That's all. The fact that you do better in your business, which of course translates into your life and every other important things in your life, that's the fulfillment that I have. Okay? So I just want to lay that foundation. So please recognize this. So we're going to do this for the whole year. You may hear things. There might be somebody who's going to come on our live stream and is going to type something here. Please no, so that you won't be shocked. All right. So that's by the way. So let's keep that on one side. So we are starting today what I call the Sunday Income Masterclass. Now, the purpose of the Sunday Income Masterclass is because I personally believe that an average person should be making a minimum of $1,000 per month. And in order to be able to do that, there are majorly 3 ways to do it. The first way is through tradable skills. All right. We call them high income skills, but tradable skills. There are some skills that are now outdated, but there are some new skills that are now appreciated. Excuse me. So you being able to learn tradable skills that people are willing to pay for allows you to be able to trade that for income, and that income can be big. So being able to learn relevant tradable skills, the first step. The second step is being able to put people together who have tradable skills to build an organization that sell a product or render a service. So ability to put people together to sell a product or render a service is called business. Okay. So using your skills called self-employed or personal business or professional services or freelance. There are many names they call them. But when you put an organization together, you register a business, hire people, train people, set a goal, set a culture, and then people begin to act in line with that culture and goal. And the revenue begins to come because to the end consumer or user, you are rendering a service or selling a product, then you are building a business. And then the third one is leverage options. This is called investment. But here's what it means. It means that I am providing money, cash. It's not the only one, but it's one of the most, let's say it takes 99% of this area, money, having money. All right. Because people can invest things that are not money. People can invest name. People can invest contacts. All right. People can, when I say name, I mean their brand. Their brand becomes a tradable abstract asset. It's not tangible, but it's an asset. So they can invest that asset, all right, into ventures, business, all right, and those businesses become profitable because of that investment. For example, you want to launch an app which is projected to do $1 billion in 5 years. All right. And you met a lady who says, I love your idea of a map. I will speak with my father about your app. And my father has a friend who may be interested in investing in your app. And you'll be like, oh, that is great. I've been talking to banks, but none of them has been giving me any positive responses yet. And the lady said, don't worry, let's have a meeting tomorrow. I'll talk to my father tonight and I will give you feedback tomorrow. Tomorrow came. The lady came to you as I've spoken to my father. He loved everything I showed him and is willing to meet you. Are you available this evening? Let us go see my father. Then you went to meet the father, and the father was in the office. The father had a guest in the office, but because the daughter is the one who brought you, the daughter was able to get into the father's office and then said, Father, I'm here. So, bring your friend. That's even a good time that my friend is here. And you entered the father's office, greeted the father, and when you turned to look at the friend, guess who the friend of the father was? My uncle, Elon Musk. The friend was Elon Musk, and you started to shake. And so the father now began to tell Elon Musk, this guy is probably going to beat you to it. His idea is revolutionary, is great, is this, is that, is that. And the father was the one that pitched on your behalf to Elon Musk. And Elon Musk was like, oh, fantastic. I'd like to partner with you, but not with cash. I am going to be a co-owner of your business. Just give me 5%. So in your proposal and everything, tell everybody that Elon Musk is your partner. And the question is, are you going to accept to give 5% to him and he's not bringing money to the business, but he's bringing his name to the business? Is that worth something? So the reality is, there is no bank on this earth that you will go to and say Elon Musk is in your board or is your partner and you need money. The banks will be begging you to collect money from them to do your project. Like you're projecting that your app will eat $1 billion. Banks will offer you that $1 billion ahead. Say, take $1 billion. Say, the thing we want to make, in fact, take it first. Be spending it. Don't worry. Just be spending the money. Do you understand? So you could contribute or invest your brand. That is why there are people who are part of businesses who are making returns on those businesses who never invested money in those businesses, but because they had a solid personal brand, that brand becomes an investment. I don't know if you have looked at this before, but building your personal brand, part of that benefit is that you becomes a bank. You become bankable. There are ventures and businesses that will be able to move forward because you are part of them. People will come and meet you and say, we want you to be part of this. Influencers are myopic, most of them. If not, I think it was Jay-Z and Beyonce who were offered an influencer deal. I think, was it with Nike? I can't remember the story exactly. I know this happened with Jordan. What's his name? Michael Jordan, actually. But also happened recently with Beyonce and her husband, who later became a billionaire because they didn't accept to be paid a few millions of dollars. They asked for equity. So we'll carry, the king and queen of the whatever music thing in America or in the world, we will be part of your project. But give us percentage. Don't pay us money. And that project blew up. And their valuation made them billionaires. Most influencers today cannot see beyond, just pay me 100 million, let me sign and influence for you. The reality is anyone who's going to pay you 100 million is definitely supposed to make more than 100 million from you. So somebody's offering you, someone approached me and said they want to offer me $100,000 to influence. Me say, hey, my influence will make them more than $100,000. Not so. Right? It's not that they just love me, just want to dash me $100,000. It means that whatever they're going to use me for will bring to them more than $100,000. Means, ladies and gentlemen, I am worth more than $100,000. That's the meaning to me right there. So my name, my face, my brand is worth more than that. So recognizing this becomes a big deal. So building your personal brand is eventually going to take you to some place, somehow, somewhere, one day, where you can become an investor using an abstract asset, not necessarily money. But like I said, 99% of investment is actually trading money. All right. So you put money into the market works with the money and gives you back return. I have some children that I'm training on financial literacy. And part of the things that I'm teaching them is write down, and I'm teaching you indirectly, the total expenses you would incur in an entire year. Think as wide as you can. What are the most possible things you will spend money on in an entire year, including luxury, including pleasure? Write the total amount down. When you have that total amount, you want to turn that amount into what you want to be earning per year passively. Now, how? You want to turn that amount to 10% and do 100% of that amount. So let me give you an example to make it easier to understand what I'm saying. Let's say after you have calculated everything, it is $100,000. $100,000 is all that you need in a year. You are fine. You live the best life if you have that. Now, $100,000 being 10%, 100% of that will now be $1 million, which is 10 times of that amount. So your goal is to find a way to raise $1 million and put in some pretty safe investments. For example, S&P 500 in the US, the index fund, you could put it there. There are some other government bonds that can do up to 10% for you in a year. They are so safe because they are low risk. All right. Because they've been running for like almost a century. So you put $1 million in that and it gives you 10% every year, which is $100,000. So this is January. You take your $100,000, you keep it somewhere, and you spend from it for the rest of the year. The $1 million is already working towards 2027 for you. So 2027 January is going to give you an average of $100,000 again. Okay, so when you recognize this number that makes you comfortable, you want to do 10 times that number and build a business portfolio that can generate that for you. It could take you 5 years to make $1 million, but you know your goal is your $1 million cash at hand that you want to invest in an index fund that is safe, so that the annual return from that is going to pay for your life. So you want to live life without struggle. Part of the things you will add is investment. You want to invest in real estate every month. I'm not saying buy a house every month, but you're investing something in real estate every month. So which means every year you at least must buy an apartment or two. In Nigeria, that's going to be a little bit difficult because you have to put all the money down before you buy properties in Nigeria. That's very stupid. As a matter of fact, this year, I think it's wisdom for you to buy properties in other countries where mortgage system work. A very good entry place is Dubai. It's amazing. A lot of people don't even realize the power of owning real estate in Dubai. It's crazy. I have a friend that I think I met him 2 years ago. I think was when I met this guy. And he was telling me that in 2021, he has some money, himself and some of his friends. This particular amount was about, I think, 300 million naira. It translates into about 2 million dirhams, Dubai money. And his friends had similar amounts. I think all of them even have a little more than him. And all of them decided to invest in real estate that year. His other friends invested in Nigeria. He decided to invest in Dubai. And he invested in Dubai because of a mindset, which I think I'm going to talk about later. And his friends invested in Nigeria. They were buying houses, building stuffs, and all that developments. They were doing fine. To start all this real estate stuff, they were making a lot of money. So he put his own there off plan. He bought an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, off plan. Now, fast forward to 2023, they delivered that apartment to him. Yeah. They delivered that apartment to him, I think, beginning of 2023. So when they delivered it to him, the day they were going to deliver it to him, somebody from the real estate company offered him 3 million dirhams to buy the property from him, letting him know that his property has appreciated in 2 years by 1 million dirhams. Follow me. The property is now worth 3 million. He paid 2 million. He even paid full, which is wrong. Because with that money that he paid full, he could have put it into 3, 4, 5 properties at once. All he needed to do was 20%. And mortgage pays everything else. And it will still appreciate. We'll have capital appreciation on 5 properties. Which means if he sold each of them, we'll make a lot more money. It's incredible. But here's where I'm going. Somehow, Tinubu and Buhari happened to Nigeria. Naira became so worthless. All his friends went into real estate. They have put money together, get people's money. People are paid for off plans and all that. They are promised to deliver projects. Unfortunately for them, Naira went 4 times down. They could not buy property equipment to build the buildings that they promised to build. All of those things, they could no longer do them. They were in terrible losses. Some of them began to have police cases, court cases. Courts start to call some of their name out. Real estate company, So all this crazy stuff started to happen to them. But his own property in Dubai had appreciated, but that's not all. He put it in rentals. And for that first year, that's 2023 beginning to, as at the time he was telling me the story was end of 2023, that property has generated about 150,000 dirhams in rentals in that 1 year alone. After he had paid for service, for charges, for people who manage the property, who do everything, he had a net profit of 100,000 dirhams in a year. Now, here's where the big thing happened. When he was investing that money, Naira was about 150 Naira to 1 dirham. As at the time he was telling me this story, Naira was 500 to 1 dirham. So, he invested 300 million. If he sold that property at 3 million, at 3 million dirhams, when he convert 3 million dirhams to Naira, he would be collecting 1.5 billion. 2 years. No, as at the time I was telling me, it was 3 years in. In 3 years, 300 million has turned to 1.5 billion. So he's not even selling it. His annual return on that was 100,000. 100,000 times 500 is 50 million naira. So that guy could do whatever he likes. 50 million naira comes to him every year from 350 million. He put 350 million in, he's making 50 million every year for the next 90 something years, Abi? Because he decided to invest in a different market. Now, if it were with what I know today, which of course he now knows because he was telling me some other stuff that he wants to do, he would have made maybe 5 times that money in the same period if he has spread that stuff into about 5 properties rather than pay full. Because it's coming from Nigeria and everything in Nigeria is buy everything full. Nigerians have money. Probably the only country I really know where you have to pay for everything. 100% is cash for grand. You want to buy a house, you pay for everything. You want to buy a car, you must have all the money before you can drive the car. You want to pay for house rent, you pay 2 years ahead, 1 year ahead. Who does that? Somebody is just getting a job in Lagos. So he came from their village, maybe from school. He just finished NYSC and starting job. He's coming into Lagos. He has no money other than maybe feeding money and stuff. So he wants to get an apartment. He has a job. And then you're asking him to bring 1 year money for 1 year at once. They will even charge some stupid charges, especially in this Lagos. How do you want people to survive? Whereas in countries that knows what they are doing, that doesn't work. In Dubai, all this guy needs to do is to open the bank accounts in the name of the company that employs him. He has a job, get check from that bank and write the check in the future and submit the check with the landlord. He will enter house. He will enter house. Those of you who stayed in Dubai, you know what I'm talking. His post-dated check is as good as money. Nobody will say bring money. Bring money for everything, money for handbag for grand. This doesn't work. Okay, so it's important that you recognize locations and stuffs that you're doing. So we're talking about investment. So you put money into the market, the money does the work for you, and then you get your returns. So I was teaching my children this and say, you need to now set a goal. Now that you know what you need is $2 million, you need to now set a goal. Where are you right now? How fast can you get to $2 million? What is your magic number? What are the things you're going to sell in exchange for this $2 million? Because you're not getting $2 million at once. Most likely not. You're probably going to make $10 in some transaction. You're going to make $100 in some transaction. You're going to make $5,000 maybe in one transaction. Great day. And then you build it. So you have to build a culture of living, not necessarily within your means, living a regimented expenses life. In 5 years, you would be married, you would have children, or you are expected to be this and that and that. So you want to give them a more comfortable life. And this works for you if you're a lady as well. All right. So you are targeting $1 million income, $100,000 income, $2 million income, or that you want to put into some of this index thing so that you can live a passive income life. Then you now build your way towards that. Give yourself 5 years. Don't be in a rush. 3 months. I want to make $1 million in 3 months. You will do Yahoo, wallahi, and they will catch you. All right. So it can happen in 3 months, but by normal planning, don't pressure yourself. Give yourself up to 5 years. All right. And then work towards it aggressively. It could happen at the first year, it could happen at the second year. But if you do all the things you plan, in that 5 years, you will eat it. And it means by 5 years, you will retire. Because if you have $2 million put in index fund, you're getting 7 to 15% per year. We're talking about $150,000 to about $230,000. That's what you're getting per year. And you are spending that doing whatever you want to do. And inside it, you are still investing in real estate. Because when I did my own, I put money for real estate investment. I put money for crypto investment. Then I like to chop life. I put money for first class flights for vacation for 1 month, about 3 times or 4 times in a year. I just want to go to one country or series of countries and just go and chop life. Yeah, whatever it is that I do, it's none of your business. You know, I put money for every other thing, including buying a car or 2 every year. I put the money for it. I calculated everything. It was still small money. I say, hey, really? Including rent or everything inside, including money that go dash people. Hey, my pastor wants us to sow seed. I put it there. They want everything. I put everything inside. I took my time to really, really dig deep into what my expenses is supposed to be. Oh, Uncle Sam, hey, it's been a nice one. It's a long time we've heard from you. How you doing? Actually, there's this project we are doing. We are wondering if God can use you for us. I added those people. They have budgets. Once I don't pass the budget, sorry, you I can't give you anything. All right. So I added all of those things, and I know this is what I need. Let's say $2 million. So how do I raise $2 million in 5 years? So I want to begin to work towards that. I think 5 years about 60 months. How many months? 5 years. So I want to begin to work towards it carefully and build my mind to be able to attract and build those kind of concepts. So now that I hope that you guys will do that exercise. Who is interested in doing that exercise? Who's interested in doing that exercise? Okay. So I want you to do that exercise. I want you to imagine all the expenses you probably could have. Everything. Now, apart from normal rent, food, utilities, all those normal expenses, you want to put luxury expenses. And for luxury, if you like to travel, which I know maybe about 98% of you would like, put travel, put business class to first class travel. If you like cars, put at least 1 car a year. You want to buy 1 car a year. If you don't know what to do with the previous year car, give it to somebody. You are rising above it. All right. Just write it down like that. Then you must have at least 3 kinds of investments. These are still expensive. So our first investment is real estate. And please do Dubai. If you do Nigeria, talk. It's where you want to do Dubai investment. All right. The second investment you want to do. Bisoye, I see you. Great to see you. Happy New Year. All right. The second investment you want to do is cryptocurrency. See, you don't need to become currency trader or whatever. The easiest to invest in crypto is they have an index fund in crypto where they look for the top 500 of top 100 coin, top performing coin in a year. They marble them together and then they invest in all of them together as one entity. There is no way all the top 100 performing coins in crypto will go down. No. You will still end up in profit. So at the end of the year, you are still going to make something. It could be 2%, 3%. It's not 3,000% like all these scammers tell people. You will still make profit on it. So you can bet on it. So you can put maybe $10,000 per month into that, or $5,000 per month, or $1,000 per month. So you think about it. So that's how you want to live your life. Please, the expenses you are calculating is not your current expenses. Because right now, a lot of you are cheap, man. You are so affordable. You are so affordable. So think bigger than where you are right now. Do you understand me, guys? So think bigger than where you are right now. So when you're thinking about what your feeding money is supposed to be per month, don't calculate those 5,000 naira rice. Don't put that. Think big so that you have a big amount. So when you have that big amount, you multiply by 10. That final answer is your financial goal and target for the next 5 years. So you now begin to grow big and big and big in your mind and your capacity in the things you're doing so you can achieve that. I'm working towards mine. Sincerely, I am. And I think you should as well. Because when you build towards that, eventually when you achieve it, you don't even need to wait till you achieve it completely before you start investing into index funds and things that are safe. All right? Please, when you have your money, don't go and give it to one real estate company that promise you what. Hey, don't do. You want to put you want to put it in institutions, not in the hands of one man. I'm not saying the man is a scammer. But things happen. I've asked people to invest. Some of you are Ziba investors or Lenoflis investors here. Abi, when I was sharing the idea with you or 1K Club, was it not sweet? Answer me in the comments if you are here. Was it not sweet? Like, oh my God, we're going to make money and all that. That's all I know. I am one man. I'm not an institution. So things can happen. The man can have all the best intentions ever, and stuff will happen that he didn't know. But before things happen to institution, institutional things must happen. It's almost impossible for a very big. So even if something happens to institution like 2008 financial meltdown or COVID 2020, COVID was actually a good year for what they call Wall Street. It's only Main Street that suffered during COVID or as an impact of COVID. But Wall Street, which are trading currencies and stuff, they were going kaboom, like mad. So when you invest with institutions, you are a lot safer. There's nothing that is 100% safe on this earth anyway, but at least you are a lot safer than investing with individual. Please, did you understand the difference? So I'm not saying those guys are bad. There are money you invest with those people, but not this one that took you 5 years to gather. You're not going to give it to one guy because because he snap photo with Obasanjo or he's driving Rolls Royce on Instagram. Hey, Hush Puppy was doing all of that too. So also be careful. Be careful. Don't do that with Forex also. Forex is in the same class as crypto. It's for annual investments because the money you are putting on those investments are money you can afford to lose. The money you are putting in your institutional investments, you can't afford to lose it. That's the major difference. It took you 5 years to gather that money, so you cannot can't afford to lose it. So the ones that you are investing per month, like the crypto, the real estate stuff I'm talking about, those are money you can afford to lose. Anything can happen to it, you are still fine. You go still feed, you still pay your children's school fees, you still do all the normal things of life because all those ones are already provided for. Okay? So, but if the total thing that's supposed to be paying you for the rest of your life and it's also compounding, so there are tools to help you achieve your major 5-year income goal. I will give you one of them today. Maybe later we're going to talk about it. Interestingly, what I want to teach tonight, I have not even started it. It is well. Number one tool that is going to help you is the 8th wonder of the world. It is called compound interest. It is called compound interest. Compound interest. So what does this mean? It means you invest your money into something, that thing gives you return. Instead of you spending the return, you put it back in. So you can start investing in index funds with as little as you have. If all you have is $1,000, put it inside. Maybe next month's business was good. There's one excess $2,000 you were not planning for. Rather than to now buy a Shwebi or go to Rwanda or Maldives for holiday, put that 2,000 to join the 1,000. Whatever return that is bringing, let's say the return is now $300. Some of you collect that $300 and say, I work for it, let me chop it. No, add it. Let it now become 3,300. Are you getting me? So you keep on adding every more money that comes to you into that investment. And as the investment is paying you return, you put it back. One of the reasons a lot of people can't do compound interest is because the only investment they know is CBEX kind of investment. And in CBEX kind of investment is first come, first serve. First mover advantage. The longer the thing lasts, the higher the tendency of its crash. So you can't compound anything. If you compound, you'll be compounded along the compounding thing. You enter compound where you don't know. All right. So, but you can compound when you're investing with institutions. Okay. Either you're putting in government, treasury bill, or mutual funds, or index funds. Different ones. abroad. All right, I'm probably going to bring an expert to talk to you about that before the year runs out somehow, so that you guys can have, but you can research it. All right, but I'm just pointing you in the direction of what is important. So the moment you know that, you can start putting your little that is coming. All right, fingers are not equal, we are all different. Some of you have 100 million somewhere that you're not using. Go and put it first. Don't wait for the $2 million. So you put it little by little and let it keep on compounding. There are some other investment that you might find maybe in somebody's business, and you look at it, okay, before this thing gets saturated, I can actually put this, my $1,000, $2,000, $10,000 inside. You put it inside, they turn it over, you take it out, put it again, or you expand it more so that the stuff can scale with your money. But the entire idea is, don't wait till you have all the money. Start with what you have. And when the return comes, don't spend the return. Put it back. Okay? So that it can expand your position and you grow gradually till you get there. There was a plan that I came up with recently. Let me mention it. But this is not financial advice. You don't have to repeat this. I can take the risk. That's why I'm trying. So I identified a couple of people who trade crypto and are pretty good at it. And I asked them, please, all I need is 10% per month. Expose my money just to make 10% per month. I know sometimes you have way of doubling it, but don't double my money. Just be very safe with it. Just give me 10% per month. Now, that money I'm giving to that person, I can afford to lose it. Wallahi, that's the difference. So if tomorrow it comes the OT law, I said, to God be the glory, we move on. So I will not put in their hands money that I cannot afford to lose. It's very important. So when they are doing 10% for me per month, when that 10% comes, I give him back. I say, now add to it. So let's say I give him $10,000. He give me $1,000 after a month. All right. I'm putting that $1,000 per back, so that the second month I'm entering with, what's it called? I'm entering with $11,000. All right. So let me show you how compound interest work. I think this is the site. So I'm going to be showing you something now. Okay. You can see what I'm saying, Abby. So this is, let's use dollar. Let's say initial investment I'm putting is $1,000. Okay. Interest rates, I will do monthly interest rates. I said they should do 10% for me. All right. So, so I want to do that over a 5-year period. So which means I'm starting with $1,000 and I want to add $1,000 every month. So I'm adding deposit of $1,000 every month to this. All right. So deposit made at the beginning point, the end. Annual deposits percentage increase. No, I don't do any annual deposits. So this is it. I'm starting with $1,000. No, is it? No, $10,000. Sorry. I'm starting with $10,000. I want them to do 10% for me per month. I want to run this for a period of 5 years. And every month I am adding $1,000 every month to it. Okay. I don't want to add $10,000 every month because I don't have that money, but I'm starting with this and I want to be adding from my pocket again, additional deposits of $1,000 per month. Please, do you understand what I'm doing so far? I'm giving, let's say the name of the person is Tolu. So I'm giving Tolu $10,000. Tolu is a crypto trader. Then I said, Tolu, please only give me 10% of my $10,000 per month, which is $1,000. Yeah, that's all I need you to give me. So I'm compounding whatever Tolu is giving me, which is 1,000 is adding. Then I want to also in my own business to be adding $1,000 to Tolu every month extra. So at the end of 5 years, if I calculate this, come on. Anyway, at the end of 5 years, my balance will be $6 million. Are you with me? My balance will be $6 million. I'm starting with $10,000. I'm not adding $10,000 every whatever. All right. I am getting 10% per month. If that 10% is maintained over a 5-year period, and I'm adding extra $1,000 every month to it, I'm going to get this. Now, let's remove the additional 1,000. Let's say I'm not adding any 1,000. I only put $10,000 and it's giving me 10% per month, and I let it run for 5 years. I'm not adding any money. If I calculate my interest, I'm going to be getting $3 million at the end of 5 years. So how to turn $10,000 to $3 million in 5 years? Some of you don't know 5 years. 5 years was COVID-19. Remember COVID-19 happened like yesterday? Yeah, that was 5 years ago. So if some of you have put $10,000 during COVID, today, as I'm talking to you now, your position will be as big as 3 million US dollars. If you put this 3 million in an institutional investment and it's doing, let's say, 12% or even 7%, or let's, for the sake of maths, let's say 10% per annum, not per month anymore, per annum. That is $300,000 per year. So the question is, how many of you in your expenses will spend $300,000 per year? Very, very few people, if at all there's anybody here. So you will always spend less than. And remember, now your $300,000 per year expenses also include more investments, yeah? You see why it's difficult for you to be broke if only you have knowledge and you apply it. Are you with me? The kind of money that has passed through your hands is crazy. There's nobody here in the last 5 years who hasn't probably seen $10,000, except maybe you're just starting life. Almost everyone here, $10,000 has passed through your hands somehow. Okay, so you keep putting it back and it will keep growing. So this is the things that I teach some of the people that are that are close to me. All right, on the things that they can do. So that is the idea. So you want to start what they call compound interest. So put money into something. When you take it, put it back inside, and let it keep on growing for you. Let it keep on growing for you, and you start making stuff from it in that regard. So, all right. So that's the first thing I want to actually talk about, just laying foundation for the class. Now, what did I want to teach tonight? Are you learning something? Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be talking about income every week. Okay, so tonight I want to start our journey by talking about pain points. I want to talk about pain points. Thank you. I want to talk about pain points. Pain points. One of the most important concepts when it comes to increase in income is what I call the understanding of the economy of pain points. Understanding the economy of pain points. All right. So a pain point is the level of tolerance that people have for an unpleasant situation. The level of tolerance that people have for an unpleasant situation. There are things that will happen to two people. One will survive, get up again and thrive. The other one will go into oblivion. The same thing happened to them. Because one has a higher tolerance level, the other one has a low tolerance level. So, pain points is how much of unpleasantness can you bear as a person. Now, those who understand the economy of this makes money a lot, easily, over and over. And the more attention you pay to these concepts, the easier it will be for your market to sell, whatever it is you're selling, the easier it will be for you to be able to sell. So, people, including you and I, make decisions based on pain points. We make decisions based on what we can no longer tolerate. Not so? Most of the things you say, I don't want anymore, or I want this one, you don't develop that choice instantaneously. It built up. Things will happen before you didn't say, I don't want anymore. For example, somebody is slapping you. First time you smile. Stop it, Joe. The third time, he has slapped you 3 times now. It's, why are you slapping me now? Again, the first I said, why are you slapping me now? Maybe at the 10th time is when you now either leave the place or you slap your own back. That decision to either leave or slap your own back happened at the 10th slap. So it means at the 8th slap, you are complaining, but your tolerance level was still good. But the 10th slap, that is where your pain point is. You took action. So, people who are going to be entrepreneurs that are going to make a lot of money are those who understand this economy and are able to identify pain points that a lot of people have, and their tolerance level is exhausted or about to be exhausted. I was saying the other day in a lesson that the medical society, before they develop a vaccine for a virus or something, it has to be something that has affected a lot of people. If it's a sickness that is strange, but it's only one person, they don't do nothing in the medical world. But the moment it's now becoming an epidemic, it's happening to a lot of people in a region. And all of you who are listening to me right now, you are privileged to witness a pandemic, COVID. You saw how fast they brought vaccine out. If you have studied medical history and stuff, to develop a vaccine takes years of clinical tests, multiple over and over. But in 1 year or less than a year, as a matter of fact, vaccine came out though. Miracle vaccine happened. Why? Because it's the whole world that is in problem. So, and the whole world have a lot of problems which they didn't solve. But the problem became must solve when everyone participates in it. If you want the politician to solve anything, make sure that thing is affecting them directly. They will solve it. But as long as they can circumnavigate it, they're not going to pay attention to it. For example, in a country like that I know, one country, a senator in that country was explaining to the press that the reason they are asking to buy brand new, very incredibly expensive SUV, bulletproof, which they had one the previous year. The reason they're asking for another one this year is because the road to his constituency is bad. So he needs a car where go they fly on top of the road. So no matter how bad the road is, so some of you know this country I'm talking about, but it's not my mouth to hear it before they say I did not pay tax. What? As long as there is SUV that can bounce, they will not fix that road. But if maybe the president of that country says senators are not getting any new car, go and fix your road, they will fix that road. So, such is the concept of pain points when it comes to a generic level. So, how does this affect you? What's the importance of this? Every transaction we do, I tied pain point to decision making. I decide to do something because I cannot tolerate it anymore. So, can you build a business around situations that people can no longer tolerate? Can you build a product or a service around situations that they can no longer tolerate? If you can do that, you will make profit. You would always be selling. You would always be making money. Now, there is a twist to this, and the twist is very simple. Most of the times, what people try to solve are symptoms, not the real cause of the problem. And most people do that because they lack the knowledge to know that the reason you feel this way, the reason this thing happened, the reason that thing happened is because there's something else that you haven't fixed. And it doesn't matter how you fix this first thing, second thing, third thing. If you don't fix that base thing, you will keep on having, it's like Hydra, two will appear. So how do you kill Hydra? Removing hearts, forget the head. Did I just solve the problem? Because if you cut head, it will become two heads immediately. So go for the hearts. Remove, because they didn't say if you remove the heart will become two. All right. So the root cause is the most important thing that you want to attack. So most people who are supposed to buy a product from you have symptoms. Some people, let me not say some people, most people have money problem. They don't have enough money. But not having enough money is a symptom. There is a root cause that produces that output called lack of money. Whatever you have in your bank account today is a symptom. There are things that had happened that produced that bank account. There are decisions you have made that produce that bank account. There are decisions you did not make that produce that bank account. There are personality identification you have that has produced that bank account. So, wanting to improve your bank account without locating what caused it to be there in that place, in that first place, is a futile one. Because you will do whatever it is you want to do, more money will come to that bank account. Before you say jack, it disappears again. So it's like a cycle. So if I have a product that's supposed to help people improve their income improvement is a symptoms. There are things that improve income. Number one is, what skill do you have? Recently, I was privileged to work with a gentleman who has financial problems, very serious financial problem. And this gentleman used to have a lot of money, and he's trying to solve his problem by calling people he used to help. And he was lamenting. I helped people. I gave people a lot of things. Why is nobody even saying take now that I'm in dire need? I said, okay, your money problem is obviously cannot be solved by you asking people to give you. So the question is, what can you exchange for money right now? What skill do you have to exchange for money? So it dawned on him for the first time that, I'm actually not sure of what skill I have that I can convert to money. I'm not sure of my tradable skill right now. So that is the beginning of the problem. Okay? So understanding the root cause of people's challenges is the beginning of you being able to help them. It's the beginning. So what do you now need to do? Whatever you have to sell, the people that are going to buy from you are making that decision because not buying your stuff is going to trigger the continuation of pain points that their tolerance level is running out for. Are you with me? To some guy, learning a skill to make money is not because of the skill or because of the money he wants to make. It's because he has chopped breakfast 3 times because the woman he loved with his life left him for someone else that has more. Are you with me? So when I want to talk to that guy, I'm not going to talk about years where you need to learn a skill. It is how no man can ever take the love of your life from you again. Are you following me now? How nobody can ever take the love of your life from you again. My father indirectly told the story that He joined the military because of a pain point. Do you know the pain point that made my father join the military? A soldier man took his wife from him and he could not do anything about it. So he went to enroll in the military himself and became a soldier. He went to fight World War II. I think it was World War II. What a reason. Pain points. That pain of losing his wife or someone he loves to someone else was more painful than anything else. He was willing to go and risk his life and join the military. So if people could join military because of woman heartbreak, imagine what they will not do to avoid a repetition of that. So when I'm doing my VSL to sell something to you, I talk about how you can never afford for them to throw you out of the house because you are owing rent again. And we need to make sure that it never happens to you. And the one way to make sure of that is to be a part of Nexa now. It's not for anything else. It's because you cannot afford to be thrown on the street again. You cannot imagine the kind of decisions people can make when it is tied to a pain point. Please realize that when we're talking about pain point, we're talking about emotional reaction, chemical reaction, emotional reaction. It doesn't make sense to someone else who is not having that pain point. But to the person who is going through that unpleasant situation or who has gone through that unpleasant situation, it makes every sense to them. Makes every sense to them. People make decisions that sound stupid to everyone else because emotion is involved. Because emotion is involved. Some ladies go through risk to be with a guy. And you ask them why. It's because that guy said something that nobody has said to them before. Something they have craved all their lives. But the moment they heard it from the guy, doesn't matter whatever the guy wants, they did that thing. Pain point. So, the study of emotional intelligence as it relates to the people who are supposed to buy things from you and being able to link their emotional pain points to the product or service you have to sell is your winning gem or tool this year. Are you following me, guys? That is the tool. That is the tool that is going to make you win. So, as you proceed, you learn a skill, you're building a business, you have your own business already, you're trying to sell something, please study human emotion. Study pain points. So, what do I mean? When I want to sell anything now, I want to really identify what are the pain points of this person. How can I tie this pain point to the communication of the value that I'm bringing? How can I tie it to it? How can I tie it to it? How many people are Nigerians here? If you're Nigerians, in the last 3 years, there's a young man, I think he's still below 30. I'm not sure exactly his age. He has become very prominent and powerful. I think they call him VDM. The guy's rise to prominence and the kind of influence he has today is because he was catering to a pain point that the masses have. Let me tell you something. This is very powerful. An average member of the public derives joy and satisfaction. It's weird. They won't admit if you ask them, but they actually act it out in the pulling down of anybody they perceive is doing better than they are currently doing. It doesn't concern them. This person has no business with them. But the fact that there's a story that is bringing that person down, there's this entertainment, there's this satisfaction that they derive from that stuff. Some of these people are here listening to me right now. How do you know? The next time you see a breaking news, and maybe they say a pastor did something or a businessman did something or whatever, and the speed at which you went to that story, that post, go to comment section, you want to, that feeling of satisfaction you are get, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So most people in the masses are like that. So when somebody now comes and says, A cheats B, so I'm calling A out, we're going to destroy everything about A and all of that, the mob will follow you. Why? Because that experience of watching A being brought down, even though it is highly possible that A is really not at fault, very possible, might even be at fault, doesn't matter. But people would buy that ideology a lot. It's a mob mentality, really. And that's what happens with the masses. This is why whenever you see protest or revolution, what starts it is a small thing. But the impact of the reaction you get is the pain that has been bottled up for years. So people who have not eaten before, who probably have lost the member of their family because they could not afford health care. Also, all of that pain comes together and they use it to do the protests. If not, maybe they shot somebody and that's what created the protest. That person, you didn't know the person. So what does it concern you that you now want to go and stand in front of gun? But no, that thing triggered other things. So that's how it works. So it's a chain reaction. And the economy lesson in the rise of VDM is what I'm teaching you. Because the guy went on a quest that catered to the pain point of the masses. And the masses enjoy what he does because of that. Because it gives them some kind of fulfillment. And they give him, they give him all kinds of power. And he's extremely influential. He's so influential that in the last 1 year, at least 3 people must have sent me a message and say, "Oh, you did not give me the money. I will report you to V." I say, "Which one is VDM again?" Initially, I was wondering, what's this? What does it mean? I show it to people. They say, "Oh, really? Okay, go and report me now." You get the point. So that same thing can be used for your own business. Who are your customers? Your ideal client, people that are supposed to buy your stuff. What are their pain points? How do we engineer these pain points to be a subject of our product communication or brand communication towards them? When we talk about pain points of people, they listen. Nothing else matters. They pay attention to you. They pay attention to you. Do a video and try it and say, if you're a guy here and a lady has ever broken your heart, listen to this. Don't say anything else or mute yourself. I'm just with her. And after maybe 30 seconds, now bring the voice back and say, I know you waited to hear. I didn't have anything to say. I just wanted your attention. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. If that post does not perform more than any other post you have made, don't listen to me again. I'm not asking you to really do the post too, because it doesn't make sense. But my point is, the moment you mention that every guy, no matter how big they are today, they could be senators, they could be 70 years old, they could be billionaires. If a girl has ever broken their heart and it hurt them, like what happened to me, how many years ago was that now? You don't taste more now. About 15 years ago, I was 2 months to wedding and a lady walked out. And after I was able to get her to tell me why, you know what she said? She said, I'm in love with the you of the future, not with the you of now. Interpretation. I found a guy that has a present I love and a future I love. You, I don't like what you look like right now. The things you used to say are nice, but I'm not even sure you ever make it. I don't think I want to risk it. So even though we are 2 months to our wedding, I will go with this new guy. That's it. I wish you well in life. Go. Yes. That was 15 years ago. I think is it 2011? I should have been married 2011 or 2012 was. I should have been married. I'm still not married now. It's 2026. That's not the reason, a lot of reasons. But that contributed to it because for about 10 years of my life, before I was free from the last layer of what that thing cost me in a lot of things, there were good reasons because that pushed me to work harder than any of my friends. All right? And I think 5 years after that, 4 years after that, I began. All right? And 3 years after that, I became a billionaire. And I could trace that shift in my life to after it happened. Now, I live a very successful life. I could do all kinds of things I wanted to do that year. But the reality is, there's a pain point. There's a pain point. Because somebody made a decision and say, yeah, I don't care everything that's happened between us. This is my decision. I am going. So, when you mention things that are pain points to people, they pay attention to you. So if you want to do content, who are the audience that's supposed to listen to you? What are their pain points? Start your hook around those pain points. If you want to run ad to get people to buy something, start that ad by catering to pain points that are associated with your audience. Are you learning from these guys? People pay attention to you when you talk about their pain points. They make decisions when you talk about their pain points. Don't focus on what you got to sell. Nobody cares, but everyone individual cares about their pain points. Okay? They did not break my heart, too. Okay? Maybe they did that year, but Oh my goodness. Have you learned something tonight? So, I wish I could go deeper, but I need to rush. I've got 30 days challenge that I'm doing, and the day is about to end. I've not done the video for today, so I need to get that ready and live. So, I'm going to leave you here till next week. We're going to be back 8 p.m. GMT +1. Please don't miss Sunday Income Masterclass. This is how we will deal with hard truths, interesting things. From next week, we should be able to do our 3 hours easily. I'm going to bring guests that can share stuff with you. The only payment I need is make sure you invite 10 people to attend this. Invite them. Either they show up or not is their cup of tea, but remind them, invite them, and let them attend. Because you never can tell people you casually invite how much help you're doing for them. And you never can tell how much that can come back to you later on. Because people can attend an event because you share the link. And because you share the link, something changed in their life. They are always going to tie it to it was you who did it. All right? And those things can connect a lot of great stuff. I do my best to let my class cater to beginners, young people, mid people, older people, those who are billionaires. You still learn. Those of you who have been here with me, you know that I've been mentoring multi-millionaires since I was an undergraduate. As a matter of fact, one of my first proteges in finance was my sponsor in school. The man was the one paying my school fees, but I was one of his financial mentors. How? Because he said the things I tell him, when he does it in his business, he's making millions. So the man comes to me for advice. Did you hear what I just said? The man comes to me for advice. And he's the one sponsoring me. Okay? So, I'm done. I'll see you all next week. Thank you very much for being a part of this. I shall be going now. Goodbye.
Behind every desire you admire are requisite action that you need to take in order for that desire to transpire. I want to say welcome, Accra, Ghana, to the 40 Streams Conference.
Here in the hall, you connect with great mentors. You get information that will make you relevant in your generation. And just the lack of this information can cost you another 10 years of frustration.
It's not a question of whether you can make money online. It's a question of what systems are you aware of that you can take advantage of to make money online.
So we are not looking at individuals that are just doing the thing. We are just looking at a crop of people who are banded together, seeing themselves as a team that is making a transgenerational change.
Until you take that decision and say, like the biblical character called Esther, if I perish, I perish. There won't be any change.
Most importantly, will you take action repeatedly? Because action is not enough. Taking repeated action is what creates results.
The key is what? Focus.
Please, ladies and gentlemen,
that's right,
with a standing ovation, we want to welcome into this hall,
that's right,
Mr. Kwame and Sam Harvard. Put your eyes together.
Becoming a millionaire or billionaire is not a function of age. It's not a function of your nationality. It's not a function of gender, and it's not even a function of your spirituality.
People are saving lives on the internet. People
are changing their families' financial standings using the internet. If today we have mobile money and my 72-year-old mother can send and receive money, it should tell you what technology is.
If you want to influence and impact people and you want to be comfortable, you will never get to influence and impact anybody, ladies and gentlemen.